So what does the new year have in store for you and your wallet? And where should you be investing to maximize your money in 2013? Well, here to get you a fresh start in the new year is personal finance expert Farnoosh Torabi, who hosts Financially Fit on our partner Yahoo. Good morning, Farnoosh.
Good morning. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, but not necessarily for a lot of people who are facing the dreaded D word. They are deeply in debt. What advice do you have them?
You've got to start attacking it sooner rather than later. This time last year, Amy, 14 million Americans were still dealing with credit card hangover from the holidays. So I'm hoping that we will be able to erase this by, March, February. And the way you're going to do that is to pay more than just the minimum. You want to pay 3 or 4 times that minimum. And if you need help, get help. There's a lot of good assistance out there. I would start with a debt management program like the National Foundation for Credit Counseling. They will look over your budget. They will be your advocates to get you out of debt slowly but surely.
All right. This is also the time of year where a lot of people are thinking about buying a home. Interest rates are low, but real estate prices are expected to keep climbing throughout the year. What do you think people should consider when they're looking to buy?
Okay, so you want to have all your financial ducks in a row. It's very tempting to jump in because we're seeing interest rates low, and then there's the expectation that they will rise by the later part of this year. So people think we have to act fast. But you really want to make sure that you have a steady job, that you have a good credit score so that you can capitalize on these interest rates, and that when you're buying the home, it's not a knee-jerk reaction to a headline. It's that you want to actually stay in the home for 5 years or 10 years. So really be prudent before jumping in.
All right. Also, the start of the year, millions of workers are now picking out their benefit choices for 2013. Right. It's a very confusing time. So they're deciding how much of their salary to put into healthcare flexible spending accounts. They're facing new rules with healthcare reform. What's your advice?
So first, know the rules. The new rule is that your flex spending account, these FSAs, which are these tax-friendly accounts, you can put aside some money every year to pay for out-of-pocket expenses like co-pays and deductions. That will actually be limited to $2,500 per person per year. So if you and your spouse have access to FSAs, my advice is both of you should tap into these and use the accounts. We often find people have some money left over, and that money goes right back to your employer. So make sure that you're actually taking advantage of your FSA.
What about changes in retirement accounts in 2013?
So this is a silver lining. IRAs and 401ks, the IRS is actually increasing your taxable contributions every year. So for IRAs, it was $5,000, now it's $5,500 per year, and for 401ks, it's jumping 3% to $17,500 per year. The advice here is you want to do as much as you can. We know the story that people are not planning well enough for retirement, so take advantage. It's a tax deduction.
And speaking of planning, how about some money-saving tips?
All right,
because we all could use those.
My biggest tip for anyone who is trying to erase debt, save more, is to stick with cash. Credit cards are very convenient, but cash limits you physically and also psychologically. When you pay with cash at the restaurant or at the department store,
it hurts more.
It hurts, exactly, and that's a good thing if you're trying to get into that behavior of sticking to a budget and getting out of debt.
Words of wisdom. Farnoosh Torabi, thanks so much for being with us, and Happy New Year.
You too.